Hey, Laura J here, working out after a fabulous day of serving and adding value and receiving value in exchange for the effort that I'm putting forward, as we need to do. And in my car, I'm listening to Carolyn Mace's Advanced Energy Anatomy program for the second, third, fourth time, but this time in order, because for a while that program was shuffled and I was only getting snippets of the story in varying order, and I didn't know how to put it all together properly, and I was in a very disorganized and chaotic space within myself, and it took too much time to take my iPad in, or my iPod in, to change the ordering and just unshuffle it. Excuses. I was then volunteering in Brantford with youth, and one of the individuals I was speaking with had a lot of stories and excuses around why there were limitations, and I brought that to his awareness and said, listen to yourself, literally listen to yourself. What you speak, you're saying to yourself more often, and you are a radio transmitter sending out frequencies that are being received by whatever you believe created all of this, and then given back to you in terms of the experiences in people, places, and things which are used as cooperative parts to give you more of what you're expecting, be that negative or positive. And while on this treadmill, just before I switched this on, I was listening to an interview of Lewis Howes interviewing one of my personal heroes, Michael Bernard Beckwith. And one of the things that he said that I started this video to say to you is that he does not allow either imposter to receive his attention, and those imposters being praise or criticism. Because every time we are critical of someone else, we're doing it to ourselves. And every time we are being praiseful of others, we are also simply being able to acknowledge their greatness because we've owned it in ourselves. But anytime we do something outside of ourselves and use that as a measurement of what we're worth, we put our power outside of ourselves where we have no control. I was saying to someone that I was connecting with as well today that if you let them determine your value, if you say, I will be with you if you treat me good, you put your power in that person who can't treat you good because they're likely not treating themselves good. And if we don't respect ourselves, no one else will either, which is the very reason we would say, if you change, I'll still love you. I just want you to love me. I just want you to praise me. I just want you to say, I'm good enough. And what I want you to know, me to know, them to know, and maybe, hopefully, all of us already do, but it's the reminder right now in this moment, if you're watching this, maybe you need to hear the fact that you already are more than enough simply because you are, because of who you are. You are enough exactly as you are. And I have an inspirations quote calendar that my mom gave me this morning, and it said that if you base your enoughness on what you do, if you don't do, you are not enough. And that is just a story. It is the BS that we accept when we give our power to something outside of ourselves. Remembering that BS is simply our belief system. And what is a belief system? But a system of related thoughts we have given our attention to, and where our energy goes, where our attention goes, our energy flows. Energy, effort, attention, money, time, those are our team resources. And as our energetic resources, we only get so much. Our plate is already full. It's just, what is it going to be full of? Selfishness has gotten a bad name. Separate it. Self-ish. Be about yourself. And if you are willing to do that for yourself, you do it for everyone else. Don't ever take that for granted. We have to put ourselves first without putting someone else second. Only they can do that. Only we can put ourselves second when we put someone else first in our life. And when we do that in the name of selflessness, all we're doing is becoming about the other. And when we are about the other, we are not powerful. And we make them think, based on our praise, that they're enough. And when we say, actually, I need what I gave you, please give it back, they then go into a power struggle within themselves. It is not selfless to give something of yourself that you need for yourself. Be like a well. There's an analogy I'll end this with, which is to say that if you constantly take from this well without ever pushing back into it, eventually it will become drained. If instead you fill that well and give from the well, but fill it more by being selfish in the name of all that is, for the sake of all instead of just ourselves, to be willing to put yourself first in the name of having enough to support everyone else, you fill that well to the point of overflowing. And when you give from the overflow, you give from the abundance, and that you never need back. So if you actually are selfish just for a little while, with the intention of honoring yourself so that you can honor others, you bless this world. And you don't have to apologize for it, even if you're Canadian. I hope it serves you, makes you giggle, and makes you think. Your mind is powerful, but your heart is what allows it to work for you. Roje, namaste.